Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Diorskin Forever foundation. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard about it. If you haven't, Jaclyn Hill has been setting everyone onto this foundation and telling everyone it's the best thing she's ever used. So of course I was curious, of course. So let's have a little read about what it claims to do. So it has SPF 35, is the standard 30ml foundation. Its claims are that it has 16-hour wear. 16 hours. It has 24 shades, and I picked up the shade 040, which is honey beige. At the moment I'm about an NC 37 to maybe even 40 in MAC because I am tan back from holiday. I would say usually I probably would have picked up like the 30 or the 31, which I think is medium beige or sand. So my usual NC 25 to 30, those are probably the shades that I would have tried. Yeah, let's whack it on our face and see how we like it. Okay, so I have already primed my skin using my usual Stila one-step corrector skin tone correcting and brightening serum, and just let it sort of sit there for a second. And so I will give this a good shake. I don't actually know how much of this I need to use because I've only been using the sample so far, so I've sort of been like dabbing it out the pot as opposed to knowing how many pumps. So we'll just start off with one per side and see how we get on. Now, as I've said, I've tried this a few times now, and I've tried it with both a sponge and a brush, and I actually prefer it with a brush, which is unusual for me, but I do prefer it with a brush. And I'm using the Morphe M439. So let's just start off with one pump and see how we get on. Oh, that is a small pump, guys. It's a small little pump there. But let's just see how far that goes. Do you know what, for such a small pump, it's actually covered that whole third of my face, which I wasn't expecting. It's definitely not covering like my redness and my pigmentation, but it's definitely gone further than you would think, you know. It does have a quite not a strong smell, but it's definitely a smell. So if you are sensitive to smells, that might be something to consider. It smells sort of like a moisturizer is the best way I can describe it. So it's just going on really smoothly, really easy. That is taking no effort to buff in whatsoever. And I do usually find that with a brush, you know, you get like brush strokes if you don't sort of spend your time blending and blend it really, really well. But with this one, I've never even seen a brush stroke on my face, despite, you know, not really taking a huge amount of time to put it on. A couple of times I've tried it. It is pretty full coverage. Obviously I've just been really slowly building this up, so at the moment it's more of a sort of good medium, I would say. That is like 3 pumps now, which seems like a lot, but the pumps are small. The pumps are small. But I mean, you can see how little actual blending and buffing I've had to do there. It's literally just going in by itself. So just to blend that down my neck. Now usually this would definitely be enough coverage for me, but I am going to do another sort of little pump, boop, just to sort of cover some of that extra pigmentation on my forehead and on my cheeks. It does build like just so easily. There's no difference really to this layer than there was the initial one. Just really, really easy to blend in. And one of the things I've really noticed about this foundation, as I've been just sort of giving it a couple of goes over the last few days, is that it literally cannot find my fine lines. It cannot find them. And while we'll see at the end of the day when we check in, but while it may have sort of slightly looked at them towards the end of the day. Nothing in comparison to any other foundation I've ever used. As far as, you know, by the end of the day, sort of every foundation soaks into fine lines, doesn't it? I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's gone, it's blended, it's looking beautiful. Very, very seamless. As I said, I definitely feel like it's very smoothing. I don't massively suffer with sort of larger pores. So that's not something I can comment on, but I would assume from the way that it handles my fine lines and sort of smooths them and makes them look a lot less than they usually do, it would be really good for that, which is what it claims, so that's good. Like I said, there's nothing in my smile lines at all. I'm not sure how well you can see, but it has really well covered my pigmentation on my forehead and under my eyes, even though generally I rely on concealer because that is quite close to my eyes to cover that. But you can just about see some of my sort of beauty spots peeking through, but by no means have I tried to build this up to full coverage, so I would definitely say that sort of medium to full is where it sits. So let's zoom you back out because I'm sure that's disturbing. And let's just do a little transfer test to see if anything comes off. It doesn't feel sticky at all or tacky right now. It feels like it's fully dried down and it feels really smooth. So let's push this on nice and firmly. Oh, it's stuck. That is not a good sign. Okay, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this at all, but there is a tiny little bit of foundation just here. So yeah, not a total pass, certainly not the worst, but it's definitely not going to be fully transfer proof. Just to warn you. Let's have a look at the old flash test and see how it does with that. I'm assuming it's going to be alarming as it's an SPF 35, but let's see. Do you know what? There's definitely a white cast there definitely is, but it is not as bad as I was thinking. It's definitely not as bad as the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I definitely don't think it's as bad as like the Studio Fix Fluid from MAC. For an SPF 35, that is correct. Not bad at all. Okay, so that's the rest of my makeup on and no issues whatsoever. I've got concealer, I went in with bronzer and blusher and everything. I also used my Marc Jacobs Dew Drops today, so I've tried, you know, a liquid on top. It hasn't moved, it hasn't done anything. It still is nowhere in my fine lines, not even in my smile lines, which is like a first ever for me. The finish is really, really nice. Really, although it is a sort of medium to full coverage, it's crazy natural for that amount of coverage, which I'm a little bit confused by. So the time is currently 10:19 people. It went to 10:20 as I was holding up. Did you see that? So it's 10:20. I'm gonna give this quite a long test today. I have a busy day. I'm going out all day with my husband and my kids to the safari park, the playground. I'm gonna have a big day of fun. It is quite warm, so this is gonna be quite a test. And I'm gonna give it a good 9 to 10 hours. I'll see you in a few. Bye-bye for now. Hi guys, we are back. So let me just tell you, it is now 8:35. Now I'm no mathematician, but I believe that makes a solid 10 hours for this foundation, and my goodness. Now, obviously, I guess it's harder for you guys to see on camera, but hopefully you can see, what you can see is obviously my foundation is still very much on and in place. You will probably still be able to see that my bronzer, my highlight, my blush, my contour is still very much in place, as is like my concealer. I have redone my lips, just an FYI. But literally, in person to me in the mirror, which it literally looks exactly the same as it did when I left the house this morning, and that is the miracle of this foundation. Massively recommend giving it a go at the moment, or at least going into your local Boots or Debenhams and getting the girl on the counter there to put it on you and just like walk around for the day and see how you get on with it. Because like I said, if I, who do not like full coverage foundation, do not like matte foundations, love it this much that I've bought the full size, I mean, what is everyone else gonna think? You're probably gonna wanna buy two of them, or just one for now, you know? But yeah, a massive thumbs up from me. Definitely one of my new favorites, if not my new favorite. I really wanna do a comparison with the Lingerie Depot and this because it's very tight, but I can't use my Lingerie Depot right now because it's too light for me. But when I fade, there's gonna be a match. There is gonna be a battle because Jacqueline was right. Of course she was. Of course she was. When's she wrong? When is she wrong? Go get it, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can see you again because I missed you. Otherwise, I will see you very, 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 very soon, I hope. Take care for now. Bye, 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 bye.